What is going on, you guys? It is Mr. No Sleep here from Old School RuneScape, and welcome to a brand new video for you all today. As you can see, we are starting at 8.2 million Slayer XP today, and we are going to be doing Slayer for 70 hours straight. We are also starting at 52 points. On top of getting as many points and completing as many tasks as we can in this 70-hour stretch of time, we are also going to be doing every single clue scroll that we get. So look forward to all of that. We're going to be completing them as we go along here. We're not going to be stacking the caskets or anything like that. And we are also going to be using Steve for the entirety of this video. All right, I'll take that enchanted hat, new collection log, looking good, looking good. And from the medium clue, just about 3K from that. Well, we move on to the next task of Dust Devils. I absolutely love this task. I got so many runes for this. And before we continue with the Slayer grind, this video is brought to you by Creator Crafted. So Creator Crafted just released their newest statue, which just so happens to be my favorite wilderness boss, Callisto. This statue was created from the Golden Gnome winner himself, Crumb. And with so many more amazing statues to choose from, as well as so many products on Creator Crafted, the real question is, what are you waiting for? Check out Creator Crafted using my link below and use code Mr. No Slayer for an additional 10% off at checkout. Creator Crafted has been a big supporter of the channel, and I just want to say a huge thank you to them for sponsoring today's video. Make sure to check them out in the description below, and don't forget to use that code to save 10% off. Here is our very first superior of many today, the Choke Devil, coming in with a Dark Totem base. We'll take that. We're actually not going to be doing any Skotizo during this video, but the second Choke Devil did provide another piece of that totem. So we'll go ahead and stack that up for later, and we'll move on to our next task of 146 Gargoyles. There we go, a Black Mystic Robe top. We will take that along with so many other great noted drops in the inventory. This is why I love bringing High Alk to this task, and I love using my zombie axe for all of that maximum crush bonus. Another superior, this time a Marble Gargoyle coming in, and with the finishing blow, we are going to see if we can finally unlock that imbued heart drop today, but unfortunately, just some pure essence. Well, moving on to the next task, we have a pretty basic one. This one is worms, but before we start that, let's go ahead and open up this hard clue for a 56k reward. Following that, a Mimic Master Clue. It's going to be the second time I've done a Mimic on this account. Very nice. KC of 2 coming in. Let's go ahead and open up this Mimic casket. Yeah, my main account has pretty good luck with these Mimics, but the Iron Man, still nothing. 377k from our second ever Master Clue, and we get a Shadow Worm. I already have a Dragon Harpoon from Worms. I've gotten it from a Worm loot video a long time ago, but again, you can always get the Imbued Heart with the superior drop and more clue scrolls, so we will happily take that. And I sort of accidentally opened up this clue a little prematurely, but there is 100k, and yet again another master clue. Getting a lot of masters this early on in the video, so we'll go and open up that to another disappointing 228k. Well, I made the mistake of doing a Czar task for its entirety while killing these higher level Czars. I didn't get a single drop in 170 kills, but I did get a lot of high alking done, so at least there's that. But yeah, in the future, definitely gonna do Jad. One of my favorite tasks, and I have no idea why, Blood Velds. Whether you want to kill them in the catacombs or kill them in Isleworth, it's just a great task. I don't know, very nostalgic task. This is like 2017 for me. Let's go ahead and open up this hard clue for 69k. I'll take that. Well, we go from the very chill Blood Velds to the very intense Araxor. As you can see, starting the kill with 2 beautiful Bandos Godsword special attacks, but honestly, my account just has no range weapon for this boss, as it goes for that one spider, so I didn't really stay here too long. I think I ended up doing about 5 kills, but I just decided to go kill the small ones after this because it's a great task regardless. You get so many alks, and you can still get the Arania boots from these little spiders, so I figured I'll just test my luck here instead of killing the boss. If you haven't realized by now, all of the footage that you're seeing in this video was recorded during my 101 hour live stream. The first 70 hours were Slayer, so I figured it'd be smart to kind of pick and choose which bosses I killed. Alright, 360k from our 250th hard clue, and following that, a very a rare Dragon Spear drop from Necreals in the Slayer Tower. I was doing this task kind of half and half in the Slayer Tower and also the Isleworth dungeon. Killed a few superiors and I finally got to put my seed box to good use, so shout out to that seed box. I really like how quick it is to get to this area. You can just kind of use your rejuvenation pool once you have to fight a superior, and you can get right back to the location afterwards, so that's always good. I don't even want to know how rare this rune spear is from the skeletal wyverns, but moving on to a more exciting task, avian seas. That's right, still hunting for that armadillo chain skirt, and at this point I was already up for probably over 20 hours, so I really didn't want to handle solo armadillo with red chinchompas. I know, what is this, just 70 hours of excuses, but needless to say, I did a few kills at Kree, and then we finished the task getting a lot of noted admin bars and some decent clue scrolls at normal avian seas. Love those avian seas. Well, nothing from the ninja impling. I love catching those implings every now and again, but from the hard clue scroll, about 131k. We'll take those purple sweets, and one task that I never get assigned was rune dragons. Yes, I got rune and adamant dragons once during this whole entire grind. Killed a total of 5 rune dragons, no rare unfortunately, but the trident pulled through. 444 tasks completed in a row, and nice amount of crystal shards and GP from these Isleworth blood velds. Love those blood velds. Really like to get all the crystal shards from these Prifddinas tasks. Alright, another superior worm, and nothing from him, but another nice worm task completed. You know, decent task. It's pretty quick when you're using Piety, which I was throughout this whole video. Pretty basic hard clue reward, 58k. Yeah, the Fossil Island wyverns really do drag on, but we had no problem slaying 74 of them with our Bone Crusher and leading to a great task of cow fights. Did that in no time with the 90,000 cannonballs. And this leads to my favorite Slayer task, Dagannoth Kings. Finally getting a collection log of an Archer ring. I loved tri-breeding this task as I can actually use my Firminic Elite Diaries for the noted Dagannoth bones, and that is just going to help us on our road towards 99 prayer. But getting that Archer ring was really cool. I've already received all the rings from Dagannoth Kings back in 2017 before collection log, but I still never used them on my log, so we can still get these awesome drop downs. There's another Berserker ring this time, 179 KC. Love to see it. Lord of the Rings going to be completed in no time. We just need a Sears ring at this point. The only DK that I had problems with was Prime. As you can see, that blowpipe is only so powerful, but there's another warrior ring and a pretty successful task. Needless to say, even without a Sang Staff or a Twisted Bow, we still managed a pretty successful inventory here, walking away with a nice price check of 8.7 mil. And from the hard clue, 64k. Alright, and back to Dagannoth Kings. Another Berserker ring, baby, we'll take it. Sometimes it takes me 2 inventories to complete a whole task, but I was getting assigned DKs somewhat regularly. Add that Dragon Axe to the collection as well. And unfortunately, another Dragon Spear, which is more rare than a pet. 5.5 mil bag, we'll take it, but where's my pet? And another hard clue, 145k. Moving on to the next task, one of the most nostalgic tasks here, the Granite Shield task. Killing these ice trolls, getting some rune kites and granite shields. Well, when you run out of food on a superior Necreal, redemption is the way to go. Actually pulling through for us, getting a decent amount of shards. Did a medium clue, because why not? You know, get those duplicate rangers, but not today. Well, we are almost 95 Slayer, and I finally got assigned Smoked Devils, which means we can go for the unlock of an occult necklace, which I really need for magic. As you can see, my magic DPS is not great considering 125 combat, even for an Iron Man standards. I even managed to hit a few superiors during this task, but unfortunately, after 175 Smoked Devils and using the Bracelets of Slaughter, still no occult necklace. Ah, yes, another unlock that I need is the jaw from the Basilisk Knights, and after they got done killing me, I did manage to slay about 140 of them, which added on to the 500 that we've already killed on task. And although you get a decent amount of clue scrolls, superiors, and alkables from this task, and I also got to use my tentacle whip, unfortunately I did not get the jaw, but we did get a hard clue, and we'll take 85k from that. Alright, back to gargoyles. As you can see, we are almost reaching 95 Slayer. We'll take that Granite Maul drop, 530k. Looks like we got 2 of them. They did go down in price significantly, but it's an Iron Man account anyway. We're just going to stack them up in the bank. We're not going to high out these or anything like that. Another marble gargoyle coming in. Still no imbued heart, so let's go ahead and open up the clue from the task for 126k. grab that crystal impling real quick for a little bit of shards. All right, we're probably at around hour 30, which means we're going to take a little bit of a break from Slayer and do Corrupted Gauntlet. You'll see this a few times throughout the video just to keep awake. Oh, there's 233 Abyssal Demons slayed after a couple Corrupted Gauntlet runs. No whip drop, which is disappointing as always, but from the hard clue. Oh, that's terrible. What even is that? It's like 50k, if that. Well, we have killed Cerberus over 985 times up until this point, and we still are missing the Eternal Boots. I need that Eternal Crystal to make my new best-in-slot mage boots, but for now, I guess we're just going to stack up 1000 KC, looking really good in the chat box there. This is a deadly Slayer task for my prayer potions. Without having a Spectral Spirit Shield, this task costs a lot of supplies. Oh, shout out to Snakes. I was actually assigned Cerberus 2 different times during this 70-hour Slayer grind, and I did both tasks entirely. So, yeah, this is the first one. As you can see, just still getting a bunch of decent drops, and finally leading actually to a first level in this video of 93 prayer. Using my Ash Sanctifier throughout this whole grind definitely got me some free prayer XP, so I will take it 6 more levels until 99. All right, from the Elite Clue at Cerberus, 239k, looking pretty good. And from the second one, 390k and a Master Clue. Not bad at all. Leading us to 95 Slayer. That is incredible. Probably at the halfway point of the 70 hour here. Averaging like 20k XP an hour, but I mean, this is what happens when you do all of the slow tasks. I think the only thing that I was skipping this whole entire time was like trolls and spiritual warriors. Outside of that, we were doing every task. Oh, there we have 1100 Cerberus KC, not even using the Bracelets of Slaughter, just really hoping my RNG pays the way. But there's 169 Cerberus killed, still no Eternal Crystal, and as a matter of fact, we didn't even get a drop from this one. That is very unfortunate. All right, take a little bit of a break for a little Gauntlet, and still nothing. 104 overall. Need a quick little stretch session with my man here. There we go. All right, back to Skeletal Wyverns, getting not a Dragon Spear this time, but a Shield left half. Even more rare than a Visage. Alright then, but at least we got some Dragon Plate Legs to go along with it, and we'll happily take that using this Tentacle Whip as always for that extra DPS. Yes, I really do love Skeletal Wyverns, at least compared to Fossil Island Wyverns. Well, here we are at Jad, ladies and gentlemen. As promised before, we're not going to do a Zar task again, not making that same mistake twice, but we will go ahead and get another Fire Cape for the account. We're going to use this to maybe get the Jad pet. You never know, it took my main 180 Fire Capes. Maybe it'll take my Iron Man less than 5, but not this time. Well, after that long Cerberus task and a quick run to Jad, I got another Cerberus task. That's right. It's rough to do a back-to-back Cerberus task, especially when you've been awake for probably like 40 hours at this point. But yeah, I mean, I still wanted that Eternal Crystal from the Elite Clue. 87k, we'll take it. Take those teleports. But yeah, maybe I should have ended up bringing the Bracelets of Slaughter to extend this misery. I mean, I say this misery, but you know, Cerberus is just, I don't know, on an Iron Man without prayer pots, it's kind of rough. But needless to say, after taking a break for a little Corrupted Gauntlet, we got right back onto it, stacking up these Elite Clues in the meantime. And after another long stretch and another 151 Cerberus killed, yet again, another dry task. No Eternal, and not even a duplicate. That is painful. Let me know what your guys' favorite Slayer task is if you've watched this far into the video, and let me know why. Here we are at Gargoyles. I'm sure someone in the comments section is going to say Gargoyles, maybe a little Grotesque Guardians. You guys are definitely going to get loot from 1,000 of those in 2025 at some point. Probably going to do that on my Iron Man account, so stay tuned. But yep, after another successful Gargoyle task, I did the hard clue scroll, and from that we got about 129k, pretty average. All right, back to Abyssal Demons. Let's go ahead and see that whip drop. We did a whole task before with no drop, and here we go. Finally breaking the dry streak. 1.5 mil, the iconic, the nostalgic, the Abyssal Whip. We will happily take that. Add it to the collection. I think we got about 15 of those in the bank now. That makes 16. All right, now this is an interesting task. Black Demons. So we're going to do a little bit of Demonic Gorillas, and then after about a few kills, I'm going to realize that why not go try out the Yama Black Demons? Maybe we can get a couple contract drops. These Black Demons are very unique. You have to kill them with, you know, whatever symbol insignia is above their head, above their body there. See, this one we have a magic symbol, so we're going to have to cast a spell to kill them. Not exactly what you're supposed to do. I think it's like related to the Arceus spellbook. It has to be killed while it's being binded by a spell. It just depends. Sometimes you have to kill them with a special attack. Very unique way to go about doing a Slayer task, but I love the creativity behind this update, and it actually did lead me to getting a drop of a contract of Forfeit Breath. I am still pretty clueless on these contracts and the Yama update in general. I've just been so busy doing stuff on my Iron Man that I really haven't had time to pay attention to this update, but I really loved to see it in action, especially with the new drops in the new area. It was a lot of fun to do that task, so shout out to Black Demons. Really wish I wouldn't have done loot from 3000 so many months ago, but here we are at Kurosks. I love killing these things. Got some nice golden mystic robe tops, just like we got the black mystic robe tops earlier from Gargoyle. Took a little bit of a break after that for some more Gauntlet, and back to the Black Demons we go. Always getting trolled by someone for that eternal crystal, but one of these days I will get it, just probably not today. These Black Demons are definitely interesting. We did manage to get another contract drop of Forfeit Breath again. Not too sure what we're going to be doing with that in the future, but we will use it at some point. And after completing that task and getting another contract, we did get assigned yet again my favorite task, Dagannoth Kings. It just hits different on an Iron Man account. There's a nice collection log of a mud battle staff. I think other than the pets, we've gotten pretty much everything on the collection log from these things, so that's nice to finally get caught up on that. Using that Dragon Dagger special attack versus the Ceridome Godsword special attack, but what can I say? We have what we have. There's an Archer Helm, same drop rate of an Archer Ring, but now we actually have a ring. Seers this time, 664k. I already have a Seers ring in the bank. I think it was one that we actually had on the collection log, but now we actually have the collection log finished. The Seer Coal this time, a nice little bow that lowers someone's magic level. I think it's decent for Castle Wars, or at least it used to be, but following that, the Seers is real today. We got another Seers ring right after the Seer Coal. Finally, kind of getting caught up on the Seers rings compared to all the other rings we got earlier, so successful task and another hard clue that comes out to be 51k. Well, we went 2 Cerberus tasks dry, and now we are going to go 2 Basilisk tasks dry, even killing a superior. That is right, ladies and gentlemen, another 171 slay. That took so many hours and still no jaw, but at least we get a hard clue, and from that about 187k. Yeah, these Basilisks definitely took a lot out of me, as well as the Cerberus. Just to get no drops from 2 entire tasks, that was painful, but after a couple good tasks like Dust Devils and Araxites, I guess I was back on my game, and we did open another hard clue for about 86k this time. I gotta say, Black Demon's probably one of my favorite Slayer tasks now due to the update, so we did get back there, and we do get some hard clues from those demons if we're not getting contracts, so we went ahead and did a couple of hard clues and took another break for some Gauntlet. I figured it'd be a little extra spice to the video to maybe get a crystal drop from Corrupted Gauntlet, and it did help keep me awake during this 70-hour of Slayer grind. But yeah, didn't really get anything from the Gauntlet, but we did get another Crystal Impling, so we'll take that. Well, we mentioned the Rune Dragons earlier. Here are the Adamant Dragons. What a horrible Slayer task when you don't have the right weapons and gear, but we did get a nice pair of Dragon Plate Legs, and after completing that task, we are now at 400 points. You may be wondering, how in the heck did I not get any points? Well, I did skip, like I said, Trolls and Spiritual Creatures, as well as a couple other tasks, so yeah, need some more points. All right, a little bit of Gauntlet for nothing. Well, let's go ahead and open up this hard clue. 106k, not 1, but 2 collection logs for the hard clue category. I will take that. Got the Bucket Helm and a Ceridome plate body. We'll alch those later on. Took a little bit of a break from Slayer, and I did some Calvarion. Try to unlock that final piece of the Void Waker, and after being disturbed, being awake over 60 hours, I pulled out that Zamorak Godsword spec. Ice Barrage this man in the middle of the room here, trying to get the dogs and Calvarion to stack up as much damage as we could on him. This PKer taking advantage of a tired Iron Man, just trying to get his Void Waker, and after doing all that I could, he did kill me in the end, so Yeah, that sucked. But anyway, back to a little bit of Calvarion. I didn't stay here too long. I was probably very sleep deprived at this point, just trying to anti-PK while taking a breather from Slayer, but you know, needless to say, I didn't really kill anyone, and I did get some elite clues though. So we'll do the elites, and maybe we'll get something from it, about 127k, and leading us to a little bit more corrupted Gauntlet, just because why not? You never know what can happen in Mr. No Sleep loot video, but unfortunately, no Bofa just yet. So we got a little bit of Konar Slayer going on for the end here. I did a few Konar tasks in hope of getting Alchemical Hydra, but instead I was just getting some easy tasks and some more superiors, as well as actually getting some Brimstone key drops, so I will take that. Ioworth was being prioritized at the end here. It was just a pretty close location to go to, alongside doing some Corrupted Gauntlet outside of Slayer tasks and Clue Scrolls. So overall though, I had a lot of fun with this one, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I did get close to 96 Slayer, starting at 94, but we didn't quite get there. So 70 hours of Slayer. I never said it was efficient Slayer, you know, but needless to say, it was a lot of fun doing Iron Man Slayer for 70 hours. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I just want to say, if you want to check out Creator Crafted, make sure to use code Mr. No Slayer in the description. It'll save you 10% off at checkout. And a big thank you to the YouTube channel members, with a special shout out to DaeDogGaming, xXzoticx, and DeceptionZ. If you guys enjoyed today's video, make sure to hit the thumbs up, and I will see you soon with 30 hours of PVMing and PKing on the main. Show you guys the rest of this wild live stream. Until then, Mr. No Sleep out.